But while I was researching this bottle, I stumbled across a very unexpected Goldschläger cocktail. Hello and welcome to My Tiny Bottles, the project where I'm exploring my grandmother's legacy of miniature liquor bottles, one tiny bottle at a time. I'm your host, Tammy Coxon. When I unboxed bottle 102, Goldschläger, in Reveal 19, I only knew one thing about it, that it had real gold flakes in it. I assumed there was some flavor involved, but I couldn't have told you what it was. Turns out it's cinnamon flavored. Cinnamon schnapps were already a thing when Goldschläger was released in 1993, but it turns out that putting gold flakes in them really makes people pay attention. That and the blimp. Most of the time when I research old brands on newspapers.com, it's page after page of advertisements, which are useful for some things, but the best info usually comes from the few and far between articles that mention the product. Goldschläger has way more articles than most other 1990s products because in 1994 they hired Virgin airships to advertise their product on an actual blimp. And thanks to the amazing thing that is the internet, there's even a home video of one of those blimp flights on YouTube. The bottom of the blimp was printed with the word "Yikes." This puzzled me, but an article from the time claims that it's because that's what people would say when they first took a sip of Goldschläger. Why yikes? Was it the spicy cinnamon? Was it the fact that when Goldschläger was launched and was 53.5% ABV, which even with added sugar would be quite a startling sip? The article doesn't say. But an element of fear has infused Goldschläger's advertising from the start, with a 1994 print ad and t-shirts telling people to be afraid, be very afraid. That would make more sense later when the rumor spread that the flakes of gold in Goldschläger would make little cuts in your throat that would cause you to get drunk faster. But in the same series of 1994 ads, they were also using slogans like, "Because you can't drink a Rolex," and "Nothing fake on this page, fellas," that were designed to play up the luxuriousness of real gold. Confusing as it may have been, their marketing strategy worked, and Goldschläger was wildly successful in the 1990s, mostly as a shot on its own, but also mixed with other ingredients. The best-known Goldschläger drink appears to be the oatmeal cookie shot, equal parts Goldschläger, Bailey's Irish Cream, and butterscotch schnapps. But while I was researching this bottle, I stumbled across a very unexpected Goldschläger cocktail from none other than cocktail renaissance legend Dale DeGroff at the Rainbow Room in 1996. Goldschläger wasn't the first product or the last to have gold in it. It almost certainly took its inspiration from a Polish specialty called Goldwasser, which began production in 1589 and was a favorite of the Russian Tsars. It's an herbal concoction of roots and herbs and spices. One of those is cinnamon, but that doesn't actually appear to be its primary flavor. I'll actually get to find out, because I was gifted a dusty bottle of Goldwasser that I'm going to open up when I taste this one. Goldschläger's fear-related advertising continued into the next decade, with a 2003 series featuring serious-looking guys wearing safety equipment and the slogan, "Be careful." Maybe they were trying to encourage moderate drinking, because I'm pretty sure the biggest thing Goldschläger drinkers had to fear was themselves. The internet is filled with Gen Xers and elder millennials who still can't tolerate anything cinnamon-scented or flavored, thanks to trying to drink enough Goldschläger to make their shit sparkle. And while that is definitely worth a yikes, I'm not sure my bottle will make me say it. While Goldschläger launched in the US at 53.5%, by 2003 it had dropped to only 43.5%, and my bottle is a mere 40%. I'm going to attribute that to it being Canadian, as many things that are higher proof in other places are 40% in Canada. I haven't been able to figure out why, but my guess is it's some sort of tax thing. But because it's Canadian, that means I can date it from between its Canadian release in 1995 and when Grandma stopped collecting in 2006. Probably the earlier part of that, because my bottle was made in Switzerland, and apparently production moved to Italy at some point in the 90s, then back to Switzerland, and the last I read, it's now owned by Sazerac and made in Montreal. If you want to see if I say yikes, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss it. Have a Goldschläger story to share? Tell me all about it in the comments, or at mytinybottles.com or on social media. I'm at mytinybottles on Instagram and Facebook, and at TammyLC on Blue Sky. And if you want to drop some likes and shares in any of those places, you know I'd appreciate it. Cheers!